river meets the sea, catching fish is where I'll be, come rain or sunny skies. I'm gonna grab my fishing line, yes, we're taking out some time. That's fishing. This has been a fishing tale, just like Jonah and the whale. No place I'd rather be. Yes, we're casting out a line, everybody's feeling fine. That's fishing. That's fishing. Yeah, that's fishing.
Okay, wait, zip.
Well, welcome to That's Fishing today, guys. Something a little bit different. Now, a good mate of mine, Luke here, has been busting my chops to get over here and do something he's really passionate about. Mate, thanks for inviting us over here.
No worries.
Now, Luke is into a little bit of fly fishing, not only normal fishing that we do, guys, but you're into carp fly fishing. Now, when he told me, I sort of went, what? Didn't I? I sort of went, what are you talking about?
Yeah, no.
And we're here.
That's it.
And you're a member of the Carp Busters. That's the Carp Busters are on Facebook for anybody who wants to know. And you went out and just basically started fly fishing for carp. Is that right?
That's right.
I'm dumbfounded by this, seriously. And we're going to be showing you some photos. Actually, have a look at some of these photos that this bloke's been catching on carp on this fly rod. Right, what, mate, they're like this, the fish, and they're out of here. Like,
That's it.
We're in the middle of suburbia, in the middle of Melbourne, in a lake, catching carp. I'm just blown away by this, seriously. And this fly rod is, what, a $50 fly rod?
That's it.
And you spent about the same on the reel?
Yeah, about the same.
And you went to a fly shop,
Yep.
and
I
you
think the line's about $30.
$30. Now, no disrespect to any professional fly fisherman or anybody out there who's into fly fishing for trout and all that kind of stuff, because to be honest, guys, I know absolutely nothing about fly fishing, and I'll be perfectly honest there. And you tie all your own little, what do you call them?
Yep, little flies. Yep, tie on my own, a few little different patterns that
You
seem
probably
to work
can't,
well.
I'll show you in a minute about those. But, and it's like this big. It's, again, I know nothing about any of this kind of stuff. And whereabouts up now, I haven't told you, but whereabouts are we?
We're in Reservoir, in the Darebin Creek. It's a tiny little creek that just runs right through the middle of suburbia. And most people don't realise just how many fish are in here.
And since we've been here, we've only been setting up, we've had push bike riders, runners running past, people in prams pushing their kids around.
Yep.
I'm dumbfounded, and we can see the city from here, sort of thing. I'm just right here and you're catching these carp.
Yeah, it's absolutely full of them.
Now, the whole purpose of this whole thing is to get people out of their homes, off the PlayStations, and just grab a $50 rod, just a cheap rod, and come out and catch carp.
Have some fun.
Now, tell us a little bit about carp, mate. Now, what's the story about carp?
Now, carp, they're classed as a noxious species in Victoria, which means they're a feral animal. They're not very good for the environment.
Right.
The way they feed is they dig the bottom up.
Yeah, they suck all the, what they basically do is they suck all the mud and they filter the mud back through their gills, and that's how they pick up all the feed. Now, the problem is with that, our native fish actually lay all the eggs in the mud, like, you know, your cod and
any of your little galaxias, your trout, all those sorts of things.
And they eat them, and that's how they basically feed, and it stirs up all the bottom. And the best part about this kind of fishing is we catch the carp.
Yep.
But what do we do with the carp then? Because there's been a few little people who've told me a few things.
Yep.
And I'm not quite sure. So what do? We're not allowed to put the carp back in.
No, we're not allowed to put them back here in Victoria. We try and dispatch them as humanely and quickly as possible.
So basically, we've got to kill the carp straight away.
Yep. And we remove them. You can dig them into your veggie patches. They make great fertiliser. Some people feed them to their cats.
Yep.
But yeah, we just sort of get them out of our waterways and
Yep.
try and do the environment a bit of favour at the
So
same
if
time.
you're catching carp, we've got to catch them, have fun catching them, and we take them out of our waterways because they're a pest. Basically, they're a pest here in Victoria, and I think nearly every state, I think they're a pest.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're taking over pretty much the whole of Australia.
Yeah. Now, if I'm wrong, please correct me. I'll be quite happy to be corrected on that one. But once you catch them, bring them out of the water, and they are not to go back into our lakes, okay? So try to remember that. Now, you're going to try showing us some bit of fly fishing, mate?
I will.
Yeah? All right, now we're doing a little bit of burley. Now, for all you kids that want to get out there in their push bikes and buy a couple of rods, this is a 2-piece rod, and you can pull it apart, stick it in your backpack, ride down here with mum and dad, or come down here with your mates, get some old bread from your mum, get some old
Some oats.
oats,
Yep.
munch it all up a bit and just throw some out, get the fish on the go, and then you can start fly fishing. It's real good fun. So give it a crack, get out here and do it. Now drop into your favourite tackle shop. Now I'm going over to see Mick at Hooked on Bait and Tackle, and he's going to set us up with a fly rod next week. I don't know what he's got for us, but once again, I know absolutely nothing about fly rods at all. So let's get into it and let's try some fly fishing with you, mate.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's get one on. Oh, and you're on, mate.
Yeah, right. Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought? The rod's right up. Now, is there any particular style here that we got to learn, or
Just try and keep the line tight.
Yep.
If you you'll find that you can't wind very fast with a fly reel.
Yep.
Sometimes it's better just to strip the line with your hands.
Okay.
He's got us around.
Well, we ran all the bushes and that, mate.
Yep. It's half the fun.
Yeah. Now the fish has taken off. It's gone all the way around the weeds. This is hysterical. Who would ever think you come to suburbia in a lake catching some half decent fish?
He snagged me.
He snagged you?
Yep.
I'll give him time. What about this way, mate? Give him time to swim out.
Yep.
Now, what will he do if he snag you? Will he just simply sit there, or will he go for another run, or
Sometimes they'll just sit there and
just be dumb
just
fish?
be dumb. Sometimes they'll.
Or are they
have a
just
run.
smarter than us?
They could just be smarter than us.
Yep. Oh,
Up.
we broke the
That's
line.
it.
Oh well, we'll have
Lost
to
him.
re-rig.
Yeah, that's fishing. Yeah, that's fishing.
Well, hi viewers, the Colonel here. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're talking about boat trailers. We're down here at Transstyle Trailers, and we're going to introduce you to the owner of this business. Now the reason we're doing this, on our beautiful Staby craft, we've got a brand new Transstyle trailer coming for our boat. And there's a couple of good reasons why we're going to this. We're going to an aluminium trailer, and we're going to, not a roller trailer like behind me, but we're going to a skid trailer. And when I mean by a skid trailer, it's Teflon skids on it. So we can get it on and off the trailer, the boat on and off the trailer that is, much quicker, much faster. So we're going to sit down, or sorry, we're not going to sit down, we're going to take you inside and we're going to show you all about these trailers. Right guys, with all these trailers, they come with a torsion bar setup. And what I mean by torsion bar setup is a lot of trailers have leaf springs, but not this trailer, no way. What it is, there is 4 like big solid rubber units inside the actual axle itself, and what it does, it squishes the actual rubber and that's where we get our suspension from. And it's independent of each other too. It's not all the way right through, which is another great advantage of these trailers. Well, I'd also like to bring to your attention the rotors on these trailers. Now, all the rotors on his trailers down here at Train Style is they are vented. And why they have vented is for the cooling on the actual trailer itself. So when you're braking very heavily or you've got extra load on the trailers, your single or solid sort of discs have the tendency of getting quite hot. And with vented discs, they stay much, much cooler. Also, there are different sizes. There's 12-inch, 10-inch, things like that. Now, you're best off coming down here to see Hong and ask what is the best braking system for your boat and your particular application. Well, here we are with my new up-and-coming trailer, guys. Hong, thanks for being a part of That's Fishing, mate. And this trailer we're putting together for the Stabicraft. And if you have a look in the background, you'll see all the dips in the trailer. That's where we're putting the Teflon skids for the boat to slide into to keep it straight every time. Now, there's a few good features about this trailer. One of them is this new brake line, which I've never seen before. And what this brake line is, guys, it's almost like rubber, isn't it? It's a high pressure, isn't it?
High rubber.
Yeah, high pressure rubber. And the reason I've gone for this, no more rust. And all the ends are stainless steel too, for marine use. So all the piping that are on here for hydraulics and the electric brakes that are coming onto the trailer, all done on this stuff here. And that's another good feature of this trailer. We'll be down here in the next couple of days to see you put the new boat onto this brand new trailer. Now, for any information about this setup and all the trailers and everything here, go to thatsfishing.com.au and come down and see Hong and all the tradies that are working down here building these beautiful aluminium trailers. As you can see, guys, they also make small trailers here for small boats, all aluminium. Exactly the same setup. Really good stuff, guys. Once again, check it out on thatsfishing.com.au. Well, here we are with our brand new trailer for our Stabicraft. And as you've noticed, we've gone for the Teflon skidded trailer, not the roller trailer. And the reason we've done that is because of the amount of times we're going on and off the trailer nowadays, that it's actually better for us with this sort of setup. And as you can see, this trailer is actually set up specifically for our boat. Now, what they're going to do, the next step now is to take our boat off the other trailer and they're going to put it onto this trailer, and then they're going to be doing all the adjustments it needs to suit our trailer, because every trailer is just that little bit different. I'd like to also bring attention that this trailer is actually not welded together like a lot of other aluminium trailers. This trailer is actually nut and bolted together. And the reason why they do that here, because with nuts and bolts, it has a tendency of giving a little bit of movement, whereas when a fully welded construction aluminium trailer, like a box section trailer, even though they're really, really good, but they don't quite have the give that these ones do. And sometimes it's good just to have that little bit of give from time to time, especially if they've got leaf springs on. And of course, don't forget, we have torsion set up on these suspension, four-wheel disc brakes, electric braking system, and that's the way this is all made for our particular boat. Right, we've finally got to the end of the build of the trailer. And Hong, thank you very much, mate, for doing the trailer and everything for us. And as you see during the clips, we've taken some photos or some footage of how this trailer is made. Now, Hong, if anybody wants a trailer, come down and see you.
Yes, sure, yeah.
Yeah, and you'll be able to measure up all the trailer for your particular boat, and you can make them. You can make them basically for everything, can't you?
Yeah, we can build, exactly the trailer to suit for the boat.
Yeah, and all sizes, and you go from small ones, which I showed you in the earlier piece, right up to how big?
We can go to about 9 meter.
9 metre boats, guys. That's a big hunk of trailer.
Yes.
You need a truck to tow that around, I reckon, don't you?
Yeah.
Now, for any information about Hong and these beautiful trailers, guys, go to thatsfishing.com.au and you'll see it on our website. The link will be there, and of course, you get all the information about this bloke here. So, support the people that support us and get yourself down here on one of these brilliant trailers. Also, I just took it for a drive down the highway and came back. Perfect, much better. Real good, mate. Really handles well, zigzag and all that, just good stuff, really. Once again, mate, thanks for being a part of That's Fishing. And there we go, guys. Tackle talk or trailer talk? Trailer talk for That's Fishing.
That's fishing. Yeah, that's fishing.
Well, Luke's going to, unfortunately he got busted off on the weeds, which is a part of it, isn't it, mate?
That's part of it.
Now what I was going to show you guys, which these little flies, I hope you can see that quite clearly. Luke actually makes these himself sitting at home, watching telly at night.
Yep.
Just tying them up.
Doesn't take long.
Doesn't take long, and you make all these. Now, there are all sorts of little weird things. As I am not a fly fisherman, and I know quite a lot of fly fishermen, they tie a lot of their own rigs up as well. And one day I'll get out with some real good fly fishermen and we'll do a show on fly fishing, because once again I absolutely know nothing about it. But you're going to take one of these. Now what kind of line are we using?
Yeah, I'm just using some fluorocarbon, 6 pound.
6 pound fluoro? Yep.
I've done away with the fly leaders.
Yep.
On the carp they can hit quite hard and pop the knots really easily.
Oh, okay then. Yep.
And I find that the fluorocarbon seems to
do the job.
the job for me.
Okay.
And I run a short leader of only about 1.5 metres to 2 metres. A lot of the fly leaders are getting close to 3 metres long.
Yep.
But just a lot easier in the smaller areas with a shorter leader.
Okay, that sounds good. And is that is that one too?
Yep.
A little round cotton ball thing. Look at that. A little hook on it.
Yep, just a little pom-pom.
You serious?
Yeah, you can buy those at any craft shop, the pom-poms.
Yeah, why don't you just stick them on?
Slide it on, bit of super glue, and away you go. That's represent a piece of bread.
Well, I can't hang too much on him because we were here for what, half hour?
Yes.
We went to a fish and we lost it. So. All right, let's get out and do it again. Well guys, unfortunately the wind's hit us and it's getting a bit too hard to flick that fly around, and that's why I'm not doing it. But he's had about 3 or 4 hits and we've been putting bits of bread and a bit of stuff just out here, and all the fish have been coming up and taking it, but they're not taking the fly, are they?
No, they're not.
Frustrating us, eh?
Sure is.
And they're like this big, fair dinkum, aren't they?
Yeah, some
real
big fish in there.
Yeah, absolutely. As you saw, that got tangled before, of course. Now guys, what we're going to do is we're going to come back when it's not quite so windy at another time. So mate, get your gear ready.
Will do.
Hopefully I'll be able to get my own fly rod, and I'm going to give it a go as well.
Sounds good.
Alright, so we'll catch you next time. From That's Fishing and from Luke and Carp Busters on Facebook. If you want to know anything about it, join them or go to them, or go to my website and we probably have it there. But anyway, I'm Brian Sanders Colonel from That's Fishing. Hooked on Tackle Talk with Big Mick. Well, g'day guys, welcome to That's Fishing Tackle Talk, and today we're talking about rods. And Mike, you're going to tell us a little bit about the rods I've been using on the show.
Well, the good thing about not only Shimano,
Yep.
across the board, a lot of the rod companies now are producing rods that will cater for specific jobs.
Yep.
It's not a once upon a time where it was a one rod did absolutely everything.
Yep.
We've now got rods to do a specific job.
Yep.
When we're doing that, we can then target our fish very, very well.
Yep.
I know you said you use a lot of Terez out there.
Yeah,
on
we've
the
got
boat.
these Terezas out there, especially for Western Port.
Absolutely fantastic for that sort of area. They've got and a lot of rods for that style of fishing with a nice light tip,
Yep.
which will load up and load right back into the rod. So when we need to put the acid onto a fish and slow a fish up
You can
quickly,
really-
we can lay into it very, very well.
Yep.
Which is an important feature. Whereas a lot of the older style rods were like a bit of spaghetti. They just fold and fold and fold, and you're sitting there going, "I've got a fantastic
And there's
fish
no
on
real
there."
spring in it.
There's no spring in it. And
Yep.
the modern rods nowadays are allowing it to load up and make your life a lot easier.
So we make the rod do the work, not we do the work.
Mate, I'm not built to do too much work,
No.
so I'd rather get the equipment there to go and do the job for me. So that style of rod will certainly do it. And you'll know yourself, fishing for the big gummies that you boys catch out there,
Yeah.
it certainly makes life a lot easier.
This rod was just so good, and the reels that we had with it, everything just worked perfectly. It really
That's the
was.
whole idea. And when you start targeting fish like that, you really
Yep.
need your gear to do the job. So if we're going to go out there and target the whiting, we
Yep.
don't want a heavy rod like that. We want something
Yep.
that's going to be a nice, light, soft taper.
Yep.
Still have a little bit of go down the bottom, but if it's not got that sensitivity up the top, that's
Yep.
not going to work for us. So pick the rod to do the job for you.
Now, also, what I'd like to tell people is there is a way of testing rods too. Don't just come in and go like that, because they have a tendency to break.
They break very, very quickly.
And you looked at me very funny then.
I just don't know.
Don't do it. I wouldn't do it too, because the rods are worth too much money nowadays.
are.
Now, what's a quick way, like just standing back? I know there is actually a proper way, like you pull the end of the tip as.
And pull it down, especially with high graphite rods.
Yep.
The dearer they are, the easier they are to break if we are
Yep.
doing the wrong thing. So I'll just go squeeze past here.
Yep. Just squeeze past.
You just load onto that for me, mate.
Yep.
We'll just load. That's the best way to load a rod. So,
So
it's
as
following
you're pulling it and then pulling it down.
That's it. If I walk in on that rod, if I keep walking in, that rod's
Yep.
going to blow up. They're not designed to get pushed back under that curve. So that's the best
and
way.
don't let them go.
And don't just let them spring up.
Yep.
The worst thing we see guys go and do, they'll grab a rod, a bit like Brian did there, and just put their thumb and forefinger over and start bending
And
them.
go, boom, snap, gone.
Designed to bend from the tip, not halfway down.
Yes. So remember, guys, when you come into a tackle shop, like Mike's here, I tell you now, don't just grab a rod and go like that, snap it, because he's going to get seriously upset.
Yes.
I could say. And I saw that not long ago, didn't I? That's why we mentioned it. Anyway, that's Tackle Talk for this week. Thanks, Mike, once
Let's go
again.
catch some more fish.
Don't forget to go to thatsfishing.com.au and get on the website, and you can follow the links.